Right.
No, you're just high. You're not high definition.
I'm the definition of high.
Oh,
There you
God.
go.
And we're back. Episode 60, live and direct. I am your host, as always, Mr. Matt Musselwhite. I am joined by my cohort live from, or what are you in, San Diego, California now?
I'm in sunny San Diego, my friend.
Sunny San Diego. We have Bryan Kern.
The land of Ron Burgundy.
If it wasn't for this podcast, I'd probably be face down, ass up on Black's Beach,
Getting pegged by his fiance.
Probably getting pegged. Definitely a couple more bottles deep, but I appreciate being here with you guys. I'm glad that
When he says bottles deep, he means beer bottles in the ass, like Marilyn Manson in '98.
I said buttholes deep.
Oh, buttholes deep.
Buttholes deep. Yeah.
When he says buttholes deep, he means beer bottles in buttholes, like Marilyn Manson in Oh, we lost all our viewers? Oh, my bad. Okay, I'll quit that joke. We're also joined by a longtime friend of the show, Jordan Modro, from St. Cloud / Avion Roe fame. How are you doing, my friend?
Good. About to smoke some of this Pineapple Express.
Definition of high rather than high definition, as we found out before we were going live.
I thought I confused him because I said fame associated with his name, and he's like, "What?"
No, there's no
My
fame.
bad.
There's no fame. There's just a lot of bull packing and a lot of weed whacking, if you know what I mean.
Jordan, your job for next week is to get the kid Sidney Crosby on the show. Because
his friends can't even get him on their podcast.
Evgeny Malkin doesn't play for your team anymore, does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh, he does? Okay, good. Yeah, you know what? Get him. Take Malkin.
Amazing interview.
I could have swore he got traded. How's everyone doing? How's your week been? Yeah, everyone doing good? Anyone got COVID? Bryan, you had COVID. You didn't die. COVID's over. Like the whole pandemic's over.
So it might be a little bit of a not a big deal to you guys. I don't necessarily know how Pittsburgh is for you, Jordan.
Shitty.
But in Austin, stuff is primarily opened back up. People are running rampant, getting COVID tattoos. It's the Wild West, as you said.
Fuck is a COVID tattoo?
You haven't seen this? Okay, so there's been slight basically California is opening up June 15th. Everybody out here is really excited, but for the most part, we're still kind of shut down. Now, back to the COVID tattoos. People are actually getting tattoos on the injection site of the
Oh, that's stupid.
What a lot of people are doing is they're getting the date that they got the vaccine, which is a number, which also represents something else that a bunch of like cult followers did back in the 40s with tattoos of numbers and
the Holocaust,
really isolating people. Yes, there you
go.
So
no. Stop that right now. Stop it right now.
I mean, hey, people are doing it. I saw one guy with a Band-Aid tattoo. It just was the Band-Aid and the date that he got it on his arm, and I was like, people are dedicated to this microchipping. It's a big thing, man.
Damn it.
It's a big thing,
So,
I flew with my mask. I'm here, a little sniffly. I might have COVID 2.0. No big deal,
You got the California COVID. That's way different, dude.
Might have the Cali COVID, bro.
Yeah, you have to like deal with like high price real estate. Need a bunch of avocados to get rid of that.
Gas is $5 a gallon, $4.98 if you're out here for a gallon of gas.
That's normal.
So,
Jesus Christ!
It's not if you live in Texas. It's not. No, it's not.
No, I'm talking just California normal. That's like
not $5 for unleaded.
Is a gallon of gas more than a pack of cigarettes right now?
No, packs of cigarettes are like $6.50.
Oh, really?
Taxes. Most states are applying taxes to packs of cigarettes now because
Yeah, because it's dramatically higher. Like, I'm glad I don't smoke anymore. Shout out to everyone who quit smoking. Smoking cigarettes sucks.
An average cost for a pack of cigarettes in New York is over $10 right now for a pack.
Well, New York has always been fucked up like that, and I think it actually went up higher than that. I think the average price is more towards like $13, $14 now. The whole Northeast sucks for cigarettes, but it's been going up like consistently in like a lot of like normal states, I guess, states that aren't in the Southeast where they're like making the cigarettes. Like I know South Carolina always had cheap cigarettes. You could usually get a pack of Camels less than $5, but.
Oh, I know motherfuckers that buy cartons going through there. They're like, "Oh, might as well get them here." Like,
because as soon as you get to like DC and shit, everything's like $11 a pack.
In the beginning of 2019, the standard pack of cigarettes went from a baseline of about $10.50 to $13 in New York. That is fucking crazy for a pack. That means you're spending over $100 for a carton, and we used to sell cartons at Ralph's for like $60, right, man? I remember having to go pick those fucking cartons of those fucking marble.
It was always old ass ladies, and they're like, "I need my Pall Malls or my Virginia Slims."
Yep.
Oh man, you just took me back to my gas station days.
You worked at a gas station?
Oh, it was wild. It was horrible.
Yeah, I would never want to work at a gas station, dude.
I actually learned about this pretty chaotic gas trick that they do in Georgia. So apparently, if you go to rural parts of Georgia and you pump your gas, a lot of the gas pumps don't shut off automatically. And if you're there's like a little switch you have to hit in order to get the handle out, right? So if you're a tourist and you don't know it, you either start overfilling your gas or you're just fucking up everywhere, right? So what they do is after you're done or you complain or something, here's how I found it out. My fiance's friend went through Georgia and did this, and she ends up spilling gas everywhere because she can't shut it off. She doesn't know what she's doing. So her and her mom are freaking out. There's getting gas everywhere. This lasts for a couple minutes. Finally, the attendant comes out, shuts the gas off. They charged her card for all the wasted gas. It's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant.
Jesus.
Right? How great is that? Georgia, living it up.
Georgia's got Del Tacos now, and that makes me want to go there. Nothing else really does.
Del
You wouldn't go for Atlanta? You wouldn't go for like
not even for Cookout or like
I've had Cookout, bro. I've had like everything I want from Cookout. I mean, I'll eat it again, but I'd rather have Del Taco.
I have yet to Del Taco, and I've been here 3 days. I think that's.
Yeah, you're fucking up, dude. You know what? Get the fuck off my show. Been in California and ain't even eat Del Taco.
Did you just boot him because he didn't go to Del Taco?
Yeah, because like, dude,
he didn't go get a 49-cent taco. Like,
as soon as 99-cent, they're delicious. The 49 or 39-cent ones are not that good. As soon as I land over there, I'm like, take me there. Take me to my U.S. embassy. I want my Del Taco now.
My U.S. embassy. Oh my god.
I would be probably 2 or 3 orders of Del Taco deep already. I just haven't had the chance to. We're in San Diego, so we're taking it.
Yeah, and you'd be 2 to 3 hours deep on that toilet right by now and wouldn't be here.
Sir.
Oh, it goes straight through you, dude. Yeah, it's fine. You're not taking that long. They don't put that much cheese in the shit. I mean, I can eat a quesadilla and be good to go.
Unlike Chipotle, it's made with the chemicals that actually solidify your shit. So when you shit, it's not just a runny wave, you know.
I'm so glad we're talking about Dookie. And I'm glad you brought up Chipotle because I have a very important poll question for you guys. Do you think that calling Chipotle is worthy of the death penalty? All in favor, say aye.
Chipotle?
Yeah, like basically mixing up the L and the T. Chipotle or Chipotle.
Who does that? Does people do that?
Old people, yeah. Old white people, yeah. Chipotle.
I remember when we called it Chipotle way for a while.
Chipotle. What's up, Bitter Rose? I like her greeting is just A.
Hey.
It's like
that's like the half attentive greeting. She's like, we're on a sidebar.
Who are you, Joel Santana? Hey.
All the bars, all the screens open.
Yo, that just took me back. Dipset for fucking life. I got smacked at that.
Dipset, bitch. All the scene kids are confused as fuck right now.
Good. I don't give a fuck. If you're a scene kid and you don't know anything, go listen to some fucking Dipset. Call me back.
We'll teach you how to sell a brick and whip that shit. Oh my god, so many.
Jim Jones, shit. Cameron.
So many. I'm trying to think. He had a line that says, "I take a hard brick and bubble yum. You take a hard dick and bubble gum." Something stupid like that. I don't know. They always had some crazy rhymes.
Dipset.
It's good shit. Let's kick things off the same way we always do. No, not by getting kicked out of a Chili's. By some 6ix9ine news. Brian, me and you talked about this earlier in the week. We were debating on if this was true. Allegedly, Takashi 6ix9ine says that he gets paid $500,000 a show. Do we believe this?
No.
I'm sure there's a way we can validate this. Give me 2 seconds because I have
now.
That
I think 500K is really high because in my uneducated payoff knowledge, that seems like a spot reserved for closer to Drake, EDM DJs.
Drake's probably getting $2 million a show, dude. Drake probably gets like $2 million a show.
I could definitely see Drake getting 750,000 to 1.2 mil a show. Definitely, because he brings that crowd. And he doesn't play a shit ton of them. Like a world tour for that dude would light the world on fire, as much as I don't like him. Okay, I think no, you said all in favor of the death penalty for mixing up the TNL and Chipotle. Say I. Did you think it was say I? Well, it's not say A, it's say I, because I think it's I, like I support, right?
I support, yes.
Yeah. Like if you're here, say present. You're not saying present because you're going to present the teacher with the present. You're present in the. You know what? I'm just going to.
I thought he was going to boot Roe for a second, but now that he's gone, anyways. So I wouldn't doubt that 6ix9ine can pull in $500,000 per show, but I don't know when was the last show we did.
Doesn't it seem like it just seems more logical, you know? And mind you, I'm just like any other fan from the outside looking in. I think a number like 200,000, 150,000 a show is much more realistic for an artist like that. I mean, I can't say for certain that he draws huge crowds because I've only seen him do like big festival dates that kind of already had that. And I mean, he did a sold out show in Dallas that was there. I don't know how huge it was, but to earn 500,000.
I think he could get $500,000 at a festival. I think he could get that amount of money if he is playing a bigger festival and they just want.
If he's playing a festival and it's like a 30-minute set, I just don't see 500,000 for that. I mean, maybe someone else
playing a festival and like he's getting a marquee spot. The headliner, like he's playing the headlining spot. But like, who wants 6ix9ine to headline their shit?
He's not headlining. He might be higher up on the bill, like he ain't an opener. But
if you don't want 6ix9ine to headline your festival, say A.
Is it A or I?
It's A.
This one is A.
Yeah, I just think that number's really high. And you got to imagine at a festival, you're taking like your headliners. So there's like 2 people worthy on the whole bill that are going to earn like that huge amount of money. And the rest are going to get, whatever. I look at rappers like a Pooh Shiesty, a Smoke Perp. What are they earning at these shows? Are they getting 100,000? Because man, if Smoke Perp is getting over $100,000 a show, I am in the wrong fucking business, and all my teachers should be in prison for teaching me the wrong shit. I mean, like, because he's terrible.
You could sleep easy because I don't think Smoke Perp's getting $100,000 a show.
Jamie, can we confirm that? We need to confirm that. That bothers me.
I do know that before.
Shit, I'll see right now.
I do know that before XXX passed, he was rumored to be getting $250,000 a show. And
that's believable. He was a massive artist.
$250,000 is 250,000.
Yeah, and so I think.
What is up, Jacob Garcia?
What up, my dude? I'm gonna see my guy on Saturday up in Landers. That's what's up tomorrow night. Let's go, baby.
Wait, still waiting on that shirt. Still trying to film the clouds.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Brian. Thanks a lot. Just another thing you screw me out of. No big deal. Jordan, have you ever been screwed out of a t-shirt or maybe kicked out of the same band twice? No, you'd have to be a motherfucker to have that happen.
Can't relate.
According to Wealth Monkey, or Wealthy Gorilla, Wealth Monkey. According to Wealthy Gorilla, 6ix9ine's net worth is upwards of $8 million. But
wow,
bullshit.
Wow. No, hold on. Now that's a question I really can't answer. Because he has money for sure. He has jewelry and cars for sure. And I know his real estate as far as like a house. He's never shown a big house. He's always shown places he's renting because he was fresh out of house arrest and all that shit. But like, man, I guess I could believe he's worth $8 million. I mean, people like to forget that Takashi debuted at number 2 on Billboard without like radio and TV and all that. Like, really did it himself. Bitter Rose says she can barely hear anything Brian is saying. And is that due to technical issues or because you subconsciously block out everything Brian says like I do?
Most people subconsciously just block me out. So
turn your shit up.
You guys can hear me fine, right?
Kind of.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I could hear you better.
You tell me now?
I've had better. Sex was whack, bro.
The sex was whack, he says. Wow.
Sex was whack, bro. I want my money back.
Hear me now?
Sure. The only other news I have on the 6ix9ine docket is going to be that the guy that I'm actually fighting in a couple weeks, Jake Paul, wants to fight Takashi 6ix9ine. I think that's a terrible idea because Takashi told you in the song, you want to knuckle up, bitch, I don't box. So why are you going to box a dude who clearly says he doesn't box? You know, that's like
that's what he's been doing.
I don't go up to paraplegics and challenge them to foot races, okay? That's
okay. Well, anyways, the paraplegic to the foot race might have been in bad taste, but you know, we also say retard on the show.
It wasn't in bad taste because I didn't challenge him because that would have been in bad taste. Okay, I said it would be like doing that. It's like saying this person demonstrates the behaviors of a whore. You're not saying that they're a slut or slut shaming because we don't do that. We love sluts. I love them to death. But you're saying they demonstrate the behavior of one. You know,
they're kind of slutty.
I could say they demonstrate the behavior that of which is similar to a sloth. I thought it was funny, Matt. Thank you, Bitter Rose. I'll make sure to tell my therapist that when I'm crying later this week. Takashi versus Jake Paul. Is it going to happen? Probably not. If it did happen, does Takashi stand a chance? Probably not.
Listen, no. Jake Paul's about to make more money than he probably deserves for fighting Floyd Mayweather.
That's
and no, that's Jake. Logan is fighting. Oh yeah, you're right. Jake's the younger brother. You're right.
He was like, no, and he's like, maybe, oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe that could happen. Yeah, Jake could probably fight 6ix9ine. But according to Jake and Logan both, they want to fight more professional athletes. They want to fight professional athletes and actually try to build their resume of attaining high quality fights. You know, granted, you're fighting a past his prime boxer in an exhibition match. Doesn't really count. I don't know. Ben Askren doesn't know how to box. But to take a 6ix9ine fight, you're only taking it for the money at that point, you know, but that could happen. Logan's not for sure. Jake, yeah, you could do that.
I'll also be dueling failed boxer Ben Askren next week in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. He also doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh, so I have the advantage. So,
I thought it was Beyblades. I thought you were ripping it.
Is it Beyblades?
Yeah, I thought you were ripping it in Beyblades.
Okay, Jamie says it's Bakugan, so I think we're fucked. Look, I'm gonna do what I never do on a Friday night, and I'm gonna pull out. Bro. Like,
yeah, we know that.
But shouts to Camp Chick-fil-A that's been getting me trained for this fight. I've been eating 36 nuggets a day, and I just moved from the Chick-fil-A sauce onto the sweet and spicy sriracha sauce. So
and it's going through some real rigorous, unique training at this Camp Chick-fil-A, from what I hear. You're almost, if I'm not mistaken, you're working 18 hours a day, just straight working out, preparing for this match you have. They're not letting you sleep. It's almost like slave labor.
You know, it's actually not 18 hours a day. We're actually doing the pop punk method. We're doing 16 hours a day. Just keeping it under 18 only. So 16 hours a day.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Yeah. It started at 15, but I worked. I stayed with them and manipulated it into being a 16, and I'll probably manipulate it into a 17 until it's 18.
Matt actually has a fan base already from Camp Chick-fil-A, the Nuggalos and Nuggalettes. It's kind of crazy, but they're following him. He's gaining steam. So shout out to all the Nuggalos and Nuggalettes.
They paint their face golden brown like the color of a delicious nugget.
Yeah, and sometimes if you're lucky, they have extra Polynesian, which is rare, but sometimes.
Make it rain, bitch. Shouts to Bitter Rose. I definitely demonstrate the behaviors of a slut. That reminds me, this episode of I Hate the Scene is brought to you by Burger King parking lots. You'll get more than just a Whopper.
Yeah, especially if you're hanging out with Bitter Rose. You know, we should just call this the thought trials or something. Like, I feel like people come here, not just her. We have had other girls come in here.
She was a slut. She said, "I'm definitely demonstrate the behaviors of." That is different.
We have had other people, not just females. We've had other people come in to the I Hate the Scene.
We've had lots of guys come.
Dome, so to speak, and say that they too like to get frisky or get a little weird, as some of us like to call it. As you see there, Jacob Garcia likes to whoop whoop. We don't even know what that is, but he likes to
If I'm at the bar and a couple tells me that they like to get a little frisky, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
with them, right? You're gonna leave with
them. I'm going back to their Ramada, and I'm gonna smash out this Sarah girl while Rajiv films it.
Okay. All right.
And just to be fair, interracial couples only. Okay, I like to mix it up, and I mean really mix it up.
Get a redhead in there, and he likes to bust what's called a Neapolitan.
Okay, I just felt like that something's wrong with that. There's I don't know if that's race. You know,
where do you guys come up with this shit?
Earlier he said the word rigorous, and I felt kind of racist.
Because I said rigorous?
Why
is that kind of racist?
It felt like a slur.
I said you had a fan base called Nuggalos and Nuggalettes, and you thought rigorous was the racist sounding one?
And every time you say it, I don't know if I should, block or ban. I just, that something about that word seems hateful.
Got kicked out quicker than Megadeath's bass player.
Hey. All right, should we just get into the news? Real news of the week. Apparently, Megadeath kicked out their bass player. Well, thank God it was just a bass player, because they're.
I'll be honest. I'm surprised the members of Megadeth aren't dead by now. I'm surprised they aren't mega dead. I'm surprised they're not mega dead already.
Yo, the greatest hits album will be posthumous. It'll just be called Mega Dead.
I just don't like Megadeth. Like, there's a lot of like the old school bands, like classic rock bands. Like
real quick,
like and respect. They're not one of them.
I gotta put Bitter Rose on blast for a brief second, just because I feel like this is
like our only viewer.
This is like the third time that this has happened. But she goes,
I'm not saying this.
Jacob jumped in and went whoop whoop, and I said Jacob likes to do a whoop whoop, whatever that means, because we were on the sexual innuendo.
It's the juggalette call. That's what
I know. I know what it is. God. I know. So then she goes, "Do you really not know what that was?" After making a Juggalo reference, and I was like, "They're jokes, my guy. Like they're jokes."
No, for real. I thought you were stupid too. So I'm kind of in the same boat because, like, I was just like, I assume, like, if you said nuggalette, you're making a Juggalo joke. That you definitely know this.
I did. So I said whoop whoop, whatever a whoop whoop is, because we were in the middle of the sex
You
talk.
said whatever that means, and I was like, okay, maybe he doesn't know, but that's not a bad thing. If you don't know Juggalo culture, you're not going to get flamed for that. Like, I swear to God, Brian, if I ever see you paint your fucking face, or if you even take a sip of Faygo, you're gone. You're done. I won't just kick you off the show. I'll kill you at your wedding. Game of Thrones.
Okay, not to know things, Brian.
first public apology from the I Hate the Scene podcast of all time. Bitter Rose, I apologize. Clearly it was a bad time joke. Clearly Matt also didn't get it, even though he helped me write the fucking joke. And so, I feel like it's
apology with some throwing under the bus.
He didn't help me read the joke. We literally did it in the moment. He didn't help me write the joke. You guys, listen,
suck at apologizing.
If this is going to be a comedy show, we have to be better trained at the subtle art of comedy, guys. Listen to me, okay? Like, I feel
God
like
damn, you are the Ice Nine Kills of apologizing, dude. This is fucking lame.
Yo, oh my God.
I'm not the Johnny Craig of apologizing. I'm not the one that. Where'd Jordan go?
He disappeared because he died. I don't know, Brian. Did you slap your fiance? I wouldn't say you're the Johnny Craig.
Oh my God.
Well, no, I was saying that because Johnny Craig's half-ass apology. All I did was slap her. Like, yeah, bro, that's assault still.
That's
like,
kind of what we're mad about, Johnny.
I can't just say that.
He said you were the Ice Nine Kills of apologies. I'm so fucking dead right now.
Also, I want to shout out to the very, very kind gentleman in the UK who has the unfortunate privilege of also sharing the name Johnny Craig. First, I want to apologize for the 3 rude messages I originally sent you. Then I want to thank you for the great conversation that we had afterwards. Apparently, he's mistaken for this person a lot. What made it worse was his profile picture is an avatar, like an animated guy, that doesn't look too far off from Johnny Craig. So this guy was obviously familiar and had since looked up who Johnny Craig was because he had been inundated with messages about being an abusive, baby mama slapping piece of shit. So that was interesting.
I always forget that Johnny Craig, it was his baby's mama, and I forget that Johnny Craig has a baby. And when I recollect on the fact that he has a baby, yeah, it was his baby's mama that he slapped.
Yeah, it really.
She didn't get rid of it. She didn't get rid of it, so he fucking told her what was up.
Oh my God!
I told you what I expected out of this. I told you what I expected of this. You clearly to fix this dirty mess. Like, let's go. He gave the signs all along, guys. You know, we weren't. Were you not reading between the lines?
Yo, any of you dudes coming to the Memorial Day Metal Fest tomorrow?
Where is this?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's the first question I was going to ask.
North Carolina, because not a whole lot going on. Where is this?
You can't pay me to go to Fayetteville, North Carolina. You
can't pay anyone to go to Fayetteville.
Even if you promised me that I could go and rob J. Cole blind, I still would not go there.
You can't pay anyone to go to Fayetteville. That's why it sucks.
Yeah, that's why that's why J. Cole ain't even there. Fayetteville, that state.
San Antonio.
Oh wow, it's here, dude. Oh, hold on. You're talking about the okay, I know exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about the Metal Fest that has 60 local bands playing.
Oh yeah, we talked about this last week and whether or not it was worth it. It was a resounding thumbs down.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring up the poster because I didn't
so we can talk about how these band names would be good band names or bad band names and how
I didn't get called out on this, but shouts to our homie CJ Duffield. He saw me comment. I commented, Jesus Christ, that's too many bands, and he thought it was funny. So here's the flyer. That's a lot of bands, dude.
Are they playing?
No band I personally know is playing. So here's the biggest problem, and God, I hope Rob's not a promoter because I don't want to disrespect you, homie. But like the biggest problem with San Antonio is that we don't have bands to make us proud anymore. Okay, we don't have anyone that's going to represent this city. No one's going to go and get signed anymore. Okay, we had Upon a Burning Body, and they're still doing it. We have he said I'm not. Thank God. We have Kubla Khan is not from San Antonio. They're from I don't know where they're from. They're from somewhere in Texas. I don't know. But I feel like every band from San Antonio and Austin and Abilene and everywhere, they all want to be Upon a Burning Body or Kubla Khan or some form of that. There's not a bunch of diversity. There's not a bunch of genres. Everyone kind of plays the same shit. So when you take a bunch of local bands, which I, for one, am not interested in any real local bands. Rob Zip says Nahaya, they kick ass. So Nahaya. You have 60 local bands. You don't have like a big headliner or a UABB or someone to bring me in. So I'm going to sit through 60 local bands where they're not professional. They're not going to have the set times go off as executed. Everything's going to get delayed. Those shows, in my humble opinion, are the worst. Any show that's over 5 bands becomes a little exhausting. You could go to a show that's got 8 bands and the 2 openers are 15-minute sets and it's still exhausting. Now, you add in the fact that it's like these local bands are going to attract their friends. Their friends are going to watch their friends play. As soon as they're done, they're going to leave. And so you don't really have anyone watching sets as a fan. You have friends supporting other friends. And that shit kills me. It's made me hate local shows. So I'm sorry if I'm not the guy that's supporting the local scene, because if I saw a San Antonio band that was dope, I would definitely support them. Set times are never listed. No idea who's even playing when or what day. See, that's another problem. The bands probably don't know either. The promoter probably doesn't know. I just think it's too many bands. I mean, I hope maybe the promoters are making money off that shit and it works. But I know everyone is super stoked to go out to a show after the pandemic's been going on. But damn.
Yeah, so why don't we pack in 60 local bands and their 100 followers that they're going to bring and have way too many people at the show?
I mean,
why not?
What's the sponsor? What's the sponsor roster? Who's sponsoring this thing? Like anybody decent, anybody cool, local breweries, local restaurants, the Paper Tiger, like we got anybody actually putting in some dough on it?
Focus it could be pretty Star good Media. There's no sponsors. Well, it's a black and white flyer. It's got about 100 some bands on it. It's a 3-day event. I don't know, man. I don't know. Apparently, you made epileptic people pass out. Hope you don't have any epileptic viewers with Brian flashing his lamp on and off. All right, so Rob Zip's filling us in. He said Focus Star Media is the promoter.
And you're having a 3-day festival start on a Saturday, or did it start today? He said tomorrow, right?
28, 29, and 30. So it started today.
Today, yeah, it's okay. So
Memorial
today, I was going to say
Day.
a 3-day festival start on a Saturday is kind of rough.
Yeah, people are good for Memorial Day.
Festivals are hard to pull off. Like I'm at the point now because I feel like an old fuck who gets sunburned easily. If I don't have like a bus or air conditioning to chill in, dude, like hey, I can't survive the festivals.
I walked from the airport terminal to a fucking rent-a-car spot, and I burned. Like, is it just me with the bitch skin over here? But I've been in California for literally 3 days, and I feel like I've been toasted and roasted, and man, it hurts.
Toasted, roasted.
I usually don't burn all that bad.
You don't even get out in the sun, Jordan. You've
literally only been on the podcast. You don't leave.
How could you even know that?
I'm taking a lofty estimate. I'm throwing 3 balls. I'm throwing 3 balls in the air and swinging. I'm hitting one of them.
We're 30 minutes in. I'm losing my boner. We should get to some news. So, okay, Megadeath kicked out their bass player. So 2 questions, or actually, timeout. 3 questions. Who's the bass player? Who is Megadeath, and why did they kick him out? I'll take my question off.
No joke. He sent me that, and I had to search 3 websites before I found out why he actually even got kicked out. And I have to pull that up.
Sorry to throw things off. Okay, you're not familiar with our show. We have no structure, and we're awful.
I was brought into this week's operation yesterday.
Yeah, there was no pre-show meeting. It's literally like I got topics, and I'm going to see how y'all react.
See how we go with this.
Okay, so Megadeath, bassist. Is that Dave Mustaine guy?
No, he's the singer. His name is.
Oh, Dave Mustaine is a singer?
Elfison. Dave Elfison.
Yeah, David Elfison.
Apparently, he did something inappropriate with a minor.
He's gonna apparently sue or look to sue whoever released the video. So it looks like it was some leaked videos.
How dare you release a sex tape of me fucking a minor? I'm gonna sue the minor I fucked in that video.
Yeah, man.
No, he didn't fuck a minor. I don't think he did, at least.
He might have wanted to.
He just got a video. I think he just sent a video of him jerking off to a minor or something.
Rob says not a minor. Do I have this
not
wrong?
A minor. Okay.
Maybe people are just freaking out on Twitter because it's a huge age gap. I don't know. Did he really send a picture of him jacking off? Because if I send that video to Brian, he's going to be weirded out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like what he's calling certainly
jerk off video to a 19-year-old girl. She asked him for it. Okay, case closed. Yeah, oh, he's married? Man. Oh, immoral.
Okay, but where are we drawing the line? Like, how many people cheat nowadays? And we're not drawing lines there, but we're going to draw a line just because he got outed by some leaked video. If she's 19, she asked for it. Case closed. Kick whatever.
She's 19 and he's married. You're gonna have to try to kill your wife to really upset me, bro.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly, Tim Obese. And second of all, everybody in Megadeath should be kicked.
Name right.
Everybody in Megadeath should be kicked out of the fucking band. So it took this long for one person to get kicked out. The rest of them need to be kicked out, especially for making stupid decisions like this. Now that I actually found out that she wasn't a minor, I'm triggered. Trigger warning.
Are you pissed off she's not a minor? Like, dude, what are you even doing it for?
I didn't say that, bro. I didn't say that. Don't do that. Don't say something like that. And then
I don't know. There were some things
innuendo that I said. I didn't say that.
I'm just trying to assume and put words in your mouth, bro. No big deal.
Yeah, don't do that, bro. I didn't say that. When have I ever? Yo, really? When have I ever?
Yeah, you're right. They don't play pop punk, and they're not French, so they're definitely not gangbanging anyone. Anything else on Megadeath and their bass player?
Jordan wants to.
No. I just.
Jordan's like, you know what? I think we should just stop this whole episode. Actually,
no.
All right, it's been real, folks.
No, man.
No.
Okay, so Rob says someone she knew posted it. So does that mean that someone posted this jerk off video? Because, dude, I just want to tell you, if I got my hands on that kind of video, I would definitely be professionally editing it. I mean, we're doing dynamics processing. We're putting like a Megadeth song behind that video. I'm going to make sure the drums go in the pattern of the whack, 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 whack. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out with
it's just
it.
a bunch of and then you throw in clips of like chicks from the 80s flashing their tits at a Megadeath concert, and like you just bring it all around, you know.
I'm funny. I say stuff. See, Jacob thought it was funny. Brian and Jordan are just being sensitive little babies. Oh man,
shit.
she is one step away from calling you snowflakes libtards.
I know. I'm surprised she hasn't fucking called me a cuck already. Like, this is fucking embarrassing.
I got called a libtard today for defending John Cena, and I told the dude, no one intelligent has ever used the word libtard ever. Hashtag
used to a bitter rose. I draw a line. Shit.
Also, John Cena, John Cena's on my shit list.
You need to leave John Cena alone. He's a beautiful black woman. Leave him alone.
Peacemaker's out here, man. Just leave him alone.
The new DMX album dropped. It might be the best of the month. The track with Griselda is hot as fuck. What I didn't know prior to the album dropping was there's actually a skit that leads into that song. And the skit's cool to me because if you are a DMX or Rough Riders fan, you're familiar with all the skits they do on their albums. And they often have a skit where somebody gets robbed. And sure enough, on this DMX album, you have once known as the Rough Riders Young Guns, Cross and Infrared, who are now a little older. They're on the stick-up skit. I was disappointed not to see them spit some bars on the album because I've always been a fan of them, just being fans of New York Spitters and the Rough Riders and whatnot. But that stick-up skit leads right into the Hood Blues, and then it's boom, Griselda. 1, 2, 3, you got Westside Gunn, Benny Conway, and then DMX raps last. Song's hard as fuck.
Yeah. Hood Blues, by the way.
Hood Blues, my bad.
Hood Blues is the name of the track. I mean, I was surprised by the other features you have on here. Just to give a list of the rundown, we got Lil Wayne, Swizz Beatz, Alicia Keys is on an album of their hit. Her and DMX have always had a pretty close connection there.
Jay-Z and Nas are on the same song, and that shit is mid as fuck.
I was gonna ask how you felt about it, and I was gonna ask how you felt about Jay and Nas both being on it. I like the track as well. Nas is also on the album Closer, I believe. And you know, I'm a Nas fan.
The closing track has production credits from Kanye West that I read, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna drop a little bit of a hot take here. Jay-Z and Nas have never had a cool song together. Facts. You put the two best rappers on a song, I'm gonna lose quotations on that. The two best rappers, you put them on the same song, and that shit's mid. How you gonna take Blue Dream and Presidential Kush and out comes Swag?
I mean, that's why a lot of times we see bigger songs like that or bigger artists that do decide to collaborate fall through because you can't have that much power in one room, man. You know, I think not to say that Meek or Drake have ever been the best ever, but at a time, Drake and Meek Mill were vying over who was the best in the moment, and then they get a track together. One either stumps the other one, or
do you think Meek Mill is a good rapper?
I liked Meek Mill like early with the album with the Burning Money on it when it was him and Nicki, and you know when the beef with him and Drake first started. Yeah, I was a Meek Mill's fan. Yeah, Bless is Big Sean, but yeah,
Meek Mill to me is a rapper who will never ever surpass a 5 out of 10. He on his very best day, he is a 50%. Nah, he ain't got 8s. He got the dude at best. He is a 5 out of 10. And like, I mean, I won't miss him if he disappears forever.
Right. Grand scheme, you're right. But 2013, 2014, Meek Mill was hot.
Like, look, I mean, yeah, he had a moment, but like, I don't know anyone who would look at him and be like, that's one of the best doing it, or even say that's one of the hottest doing it. Because you can say this particular rapper has a bunch of hot songs, but man, he didn't like. You compare him to anyone. Drake, Future, Uzi Vert, Lil Baby.
It might have been the division at the time, but 2012 to like 2015, Meek was on top. He at the
Summer
time was
16 was Meek Mill. Like I don't think he's shit. Like
his legacy
in the top. Is nothing. You could remove him. You could take his entire legacy and remove it out of hip hop, and I don't think anyone's gonna question it or bat an eye. Like everyone else will go on. Rick Ross will continue on. Like Nicki will go on.
Are we doing Mount Rushmore shit, or are we talking the times? Yeah,
I'm not. I'm not saying like anything crazy or disrespectful. I'm just saying in the grand
That was
scheme
all
of things,
crazy and
Meek Mill
disrespectful.
doesn't matter at all. Like his life is irrelevant. He's worthless, and he doesn't need to exist.
Grand scheme.
Am I
correct?
Yeah,
You might
no,
be
I definitely am.
Just disrespected his whole existence. He said, we don't even need you, man.
I can only base it off of your music, and that shit is mid, homie. That shit is swag when I thought I was getting an eighth. Brian, I told you to look into this all day. So what do we have on the rumored Oasis comeback that I would bet money, I'd bet several euros is not going to happen?
So I come to find out this is like the 5th time that they've broken up and tried to get back together.
Did you know that beforehand?
I did not know that. No, honestly, Oasis, not on my radar a whole lot. Obviously I know Ian and Liam as the brothers, and they had some hits. So I actually got some trivia for you, or some little like tidbits of info. What year do you guys think Oasis formed?
1990.
Ooh, close. 1991. Also, they spent 10 weeks at the British top charts at number 1 or number 2, and they were battling another UK rock band. Who was that rock band? Go.
Radiohead.
No. Radiohead, I believe, is like, I think they're from like Europe. They're not from the UK. I don't think so.
Oh, well, they suck wherever they're from.
Maybe. Jordan, you
Blur?
take the
Beatles?
Yes.
Skepta?
Beatles? It was Blur. It was Blur.
The Gorillas? Same thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know how many people actually know that. That's interesting.
Okay, Brian, please go blow your nose. Just sitting here sniffling you. Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Snot and Cum. It's inside you. It's what's inside you that counts. And we'll put it inside you.
Up right now.
Dude, you come from the land of like involuntary allergies.
Yeah, that is true. And they've carried over here in California.
So, in your hardcore journalistic integrity, do you believe that Oasis is coming back now or will ever come back?
I think Oasis has reached, and here's what they're trying to do. So they're trying to come back and write an album. They're writing an album after, I believe, a like 12-year hiatus. However, the brothers have continued to write music. And I believe, let me pull it up again.
That's like me and you trying to come back with our shitty band after a 15-year hiatus.
I will tell you this. After reading this,
I don't know if you wrote Champagne Supernova, Matt.
Oh yeah, no. Champagne Supernova was actually credited. I was reading this too. Credited as basically aligning a country that was divided for whatever reason. They've got the artist Chris Weller to perform on that track and help write the track with him, and it apparently just united the UK in a time of, and they were given a humanitarian award for doing such. So Oasis not only was like a band that was out here trying to be hip and cool with their, early's mellow rock, but they were apparently speaking to some very important issues and brought a country together. So good things on them.
Important issues? I don't know, dude. When I hear Oasis, I don't think important issues in their lyrics. I think, well, maybe, important issues. What important issues? What the lack of cocaine in the UK? What?
Yeah, probably. I think there's also a good chance that you're trying to always impress the Queen. I have a feeling that that's a part of your life. If you live in the UK, like you always got to impress her to some degree.
Brits don't care. They don't even give a fuck about the Queen, dude.
They do. Yeah, they do. Everybody does.
It's funny. The Brits don't care about the Queen that much, but then they shit all over Meghan and Harry for leaving the royal family. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's a status thing.
Americans care about the Queen more than the people in the UK do.
I think they care about events just because we're stupid Americans.
I was going to say it's because we're stupid.
Yeah. So apparently they were originally announcing that they were getting back together in November of last year, November of 2020. So this has been in the works. Now, my only question...
I remember that because I really thought the world was ending when they said that. I was like, oh, this is it. We're all dying.
My only question to this is that it's Noel, the drummer, and why is it the drummer that's making all the announcements? He's doing it through the official websites and social media accounts of the band, so they seem to be official announcements.
I'd believe the drummer over the bass player.
But it's not like Liam or fucking Ian coming out and saying, hey, we're back. Also, in 2015, they noted that they had 3 full studio albums that had yet to be released. And, are we getting a comeback just for the sake of releasing unreleased material? And you're going to get some checks out of it? Or are you actually planning on coming back and, like, doing Lollapalooza next year?
Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza.
That would actually be awesome.
Can we boot him? I don't know why he said that would be awesome. You know, I thought that this was
I would like Oasis to come back.
Anti-Oasis show.
No, see, I like Oasis.
I am unbootable.
I like their music.
Unbootable.
I just think it's just a huge joke that they'll ever get along or they'll ever get back together. They're not. Like, I'll see a Nirvana reunion before I see an Oasis reunion. Dude. I'll see Soundgarden perform with their original vocalist before I ever see these fucks reunite.
Hey.
Happy anniversary.
Wow.
Hey.
Too far?
Listen,
Jamie,
actually,
Jamie says it's not too far. Call the lawyers. Ask them if it was too far. I don't know. It's not like I said something about Bono, because that fucker will.
That's true. Bono will sue everybody for being the number 2 in the world.
Shout outs to Bono, because he actually had a good feature on the DMX album.
I didn't get to that part yet. I only got a few songs in.
I hate you too. I hate you two, both of you, but I hate the band you too. I would be so down to shit all over it, but it was actually a decent collab. They also had a cool collab with Kendrick Lamar, but that was like 100 years ago already, and Kendrick's never dropping a new album. So R.I.P. his rap career, and R.I.P. TDE. Schoolboy's the only cool thing y'all got going now. Yeah, I said it. I said it while holding an Isaiah Rashad CD. Yeah, I said it. I'll say it again. Speaking of pieces of shit getting arrested, Marilyn Manson has an arrest warrant issued in New Hampshire over spitting on a photographer, I believe.
What a random fucking place to have a warrant for your arrest. Like,
New Hampshire, like, how like, you're only passing through there. Marilyn Manson's not playing a show in New Hampshire. They don't have an arena to suit him.
I feel like he's probably there because he has nowhere else to go.
He couldn't get into Canada, but he wanted the syrup.
Probably. And hey, so I don't know if so. This is just released today. You know, he's being sued by another chick for a rape allegation.
Yep.
Another one. And this is like the 18th person that's coming out with like a lawsuit or something.
Allegedly, Marilyn Manson showed her a video of a groupie being sexually assaulted by the band. Now, Marilyn Manson and his lawyer have retorted saying that that was a work of art, that was fiction, that was a video that they filmed. But that doesn't answer the fact of like why he's playing it for someone else and the motive behind it. Like, I've heard a bunch of toxic dudes on Twitter say, "Well, what did you expect? It's Marilyn Manson." None of this shit's excusable, bro. And the more that comes to light, it just kind of shows you that Marilyn Manson is a weird fucking dude. I think maybe the art meets reality because he talks about this shit and now it becomes a reality, and it's just really strange. Like, even if he didn't commit a crime, he's doing shit so weird and so immoral that I don't feel comfortable supporting him. I know a lot of other people don't. I mean, like, dude, if you're not a raging lunatic who's an abuser, then just come out and talk to the public. Sit down with someone. Go find Barbara Walters or Diane Sawyer and sit down and tell the world why you're a fucking weirdo and why you do all this weird shit. You know, don't let us run wild with our imaginations and assume that because you have a fictional video of a groupie being sexually abused by your band, you know, that we're wrong for assuming you're a predator. You know, until he comes out and says anything, I'm going to go the reverse of our law here. I'm going to say guilty until proven innocent. That motherfucker's guilty and he needs to speak up. He did some shit. He did some shit. Like,
I can agree to that.
I'm not going to sit here and say 100% of the shit I heard is true, but I cannot say with all honesty that 100% of it isn't true. There's gotta be truth. It's too much. It's too detailed. It fits his personality too well. You know,
not to get off the. We can continue, but I have a bit of news that just was announced yesterday. So when you're ready,
go for it.
I mean, not to take away from Marilyn Manson, but fuck you, man.
Fuck him.
Doing gross shit. Have you guys heard of the Slay at Home festival?
Yeah, I have. It sounds interesting.
Rogue. Okay, so Slay at Home is taking place June 18th and 19th. It's apparently the last Slay at Home. And it supports musicians through the Iggy Fund and the Cancer Research Institute. And it's a pretty massive lineup. The first day, they're having cover collaborations with members of Deftones, Incubus, Megadeath, Killswitch Engage,
Hey,
Madonna.
Megadeth, I've heard of them.
Madonna is on the list. Fear Factory, Periphery, Tesseract, The Black Dahlia Murder, King's Diamond, The Dillinger Escape Plan, Silvertone, Lost Symphony. You're getting a whole bunch of bands that are apparently collaborating.
I want to say that our homies Avat from Miami are on that bill somewhere.
Not only is Avat on the bill, The Undertaking is also on the bill. They're under the original performance section. So the following day, you're going to have an original performance section by bands that are going to be playing. You have Cage Fight, Avat, Brave the Sea, The Undertaking, Animals as Leaders, Amigo the Devil, Cannabis Corpse, not Cannibal Corpse, but Cannabis Corpse, Laguna Coil, Dirty Black.
It's not a corpse grinder; it's just weed grinder.
There you go. Wow, this is pretty crazy. A pretty crazy event, and it's all virtual. And it's free.
It's completely virtual.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's pretty wild.
And it's free. You guys can check it out. June 18th and 19th, 3 p.m. Eastern. Wow, that's crazy.
Sounds fun. I think it'd be cool to see a lot of like cool bands you like performing cover songs of other shit
and collaborations. So you wonder who you're gonna get. I can only hope that we're gonna get the Madonna Undertaking collab. Like, please.
I was gonna say Megadeath and Madonna and call it Madonna Death.
Madonna Death or
Madetha.
It could be a Deftones Megadeth collab, and it could be just Def Death.
Ha! Death. Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh man, look at Bitter Rose. This week and last week, Matt has just been so on point with everything. Boom.
Oh,
it's because I'm perfect and never wrong.
Tickle his balls while you're down there. How dare you? How dare you?
Brian only says that because he knows for a fact that I like my balls tickled because he does it a lot.
Brian and Bitter Rose have been at war this whole 51 minutes.
Oh, she's tried canceling me a couple times.
I think you're both fighting over me, to be honest with you.
I refuse. Always. I'll always fight over you, Matt. That's why I kicked you out of the band. If I can't have you, nobody can.
Wow, I fucking hate you. In other news, a little bit of
coming to light here.
Little bit of sad news. And someone's gonna have to get his name because this is gonna be disrespectful as shit. An actor from the movie School of Rock, the Jack Black movie. I know a lot of people grew up with that. I want to say people slightly younger than us. You're like Kevin Clark. If you're like 25, 26, probably. If you cough one more fucking time, I will cut your gut. You know what, you motherfucker. Kevin Clark is his name. And I think School of Rock meant a lot to people that are like 25, 26. That was probably a big deal to you. I'm the odd man out because I don't like Jack Black movies. But unfortunately, Kevin Clark was riding his bicycle. He was struck by a car and killed. This is weird because this is like the second person that was one of the students from School of Rock that died. I want to say this year because we just lost one not too long ago.
I think it's an Illuminati conspiracy, and I think they're trying to take out Jack Black for all the hilarious viral videos he's making. And I think
it's a typo. They meant to take out Jack White, but they ended up going for Jack Black.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I don't like Jack Black, man. He just bugs the shit out of me. Like I'm sure he's a nice guy. Yeah, I don't like his movies.
Jack White annoys the shit out of me, surprisingly.
I don't like Jack White either. I don't like the white stripes. I barely like white people. I'm kidding. I'm not racist. In other disappointing news, Machine Gun Kelly won 3 Billboard Music Awards.
Oh, no.
That is disappointing. Oh my God.
So someone on Twitter today pointed out that MGK should get more rappers to join the pop punk movement. And I pointed out that MGK has never been a rapper that had a clique or a close affiliation with other rappers, including Diddy, who signed him. Because he's the type of guy that he drops a rap album, he pays for the standard features. There's like 3 or 4 guest features. They're not people that are going to claim him in public, and then you move on. I don't know who the hell he would be cool with to go and get and bring into pop punk. You also have to have a rapper who's down on his luck. Rap is the #1 selling genre of music in America. Like, you're on top of the world by playing that. Compare, like, Brian, what's a pop punk festival? Warped Tour that died? Blue Ridge, maybe.
Yeah,
What's a rap festival? Rolling Loud, huge festivals, huge tours. The money is dramatically different. Like, I don't see the benefits in doing that. Like, if you get bullied out the genre by a superior rapper and you are on the down and out, then yes, switch into a genre you've never played before is a great move. And going and getting a chick who hasn't starred in a relevant movie in like 5 years is also a great way to stay relevant, because even though she's not in a movie ever worth a shit, she's still by your side looking great as ever. I think that's a stupid idea.
We talking Megan Fox?
Yeah. No, we're talking Matthew Fox.
She's a fucking loose cannon. Megan Fox is gonna
Matthew Fox.
Megan Fox.
Her father
is gonna fucking.
Ain't that the dude from Lost?
Yeah, and Party of Five.
Oh shit! I was like, wow, what a fucking reference. That was great.
Fun fact: Party of Five actually starred 2 animals, Matthew Fox and Scott Wolf. Hey, I'll see my.
Oh no! Hey, I'll see myself out. I know. I mean, that was actually a pretty clever joke. One day, I hope.
Wow.
We see MGK. Wow.
Justin James. One day, I hope we wake up and they say that MGK is overdosed. He didn't say die. He didn't say die.
You know, hammer thumb, bitch.
I have a feeling that comment's incoming.
You know, we can get deep on this and say that combining rock and hip hop is, you know, it's something that needs to be done periodically. I think maybe
he didn't combine rap and rock. He just went and did very generic, crappy pop punk that someone else probably wrote for him.
In an attempt to do that, I think he did attempt to do something in the light of, like, you know, even though it was very unsuccessful. Like when you had Wheezy and Blink-182 touring, you were like, man, what is this? But people were still.
I thought that was a cool ass idea, and Wayne failed. Wayne failed because he said specifically fans were not singing along to his songs, and you can't expect the crowd of a Blink-182 concert to know every word to Fireman or Go DJ or any of the crappy songs you put out in the last 6 years.
But also, there's a different vibe to hip hop shows. Like, I think hip hop shows more often than not are about the allure and the onstage presence of everybody and like what's really going down. And I remember when Outkast did a tour a long time ago. They were actually on like Springs and shit and like launching themselves, and it was like a fun event. You know, certain punk bands get to that realm. Blink-182 is one of them. You know, they have Travis Barker normally suspended over the audience playing his drum kit. Sometimes they'll do like walkouts on like surfboards or like bigger, you know. You see A Day to Remember do that with their big bouncy balls that they get in. Their hamster balls.
We don't mention those abusive pieces.
I know.
Of shit.
I'm doing it for the sake of just trying to draw some comparison here. I think that there are elements of hip hop and rock or punk specifically that can cross over, especially the do-it-yourself aspect of punk. Right? It is very underground, nitty-gritty, but it doesn't work all the time. And again, when you take a rapper that in most people's rap eyes is like a mediocre rapper at best. And you give him a guitar just because he's a musician and maybe he is multi-talented.
Did he play the guitar? Because people were pointing out that he's got all the money in the world and he's got a guitar that's like, I don't know if it was an Epiphone or what, but he had a super cheap ass guitar.
Right, because it was. I think he was trying to go with a punk feel, like, oh, I'm writing this on my 1-stack amp and my fucking guitar. Like, it's not supposed to sound overproduced.
The fuck?
I mean, you probably could, but I thought it was. I thought it was a Strat, to be honest.
That Strat's the punk. I think Stratocaster is the most punk guitar.
I thought it was a Fender. Yeah, I thought it was for sure like at least a Squire at the very least. You know, I thought it was a Fender that he had.
If he's out here on a fucking Squire, I got a problem.
Yo, I will never ever forget the band Johnny Truant from the UK that was sponsored by fucking Epiphone. Like I didn't understand that, and Brian had to explain it. He's like, dude, those are the guitars that you buy at Target, and they're sponsoring that band. Like and I think you told me, I don't even know if they make an electric guitar. Like it didn't make sense because it would have been like my first guitar type of shit.
Epiphone's not too shabby, but they definitely have the story. They're like a Fender. You know, Fender used to be acclaimed. The Strat is definitely like the go-to rock guitar for a lot of people, right? But you can also get a Fender starter kit at like a Walmart. You can get a little amp, a Fender Squire guitar, and a pack of strings for like $150 and call it a day. And so Epiphone's decent for sure. Epiphone's a decent brand, but they definitely, and the only reason I say this is the only reason I say this. We went on tour for a brief period when we were in a band, and one of the bands that was with us, we took these 2 bands from LA and we did like 8 days. One of them had to go in and buy a guitar from Walmart. And it was like one of those $200 cheap guitars that came with like a mini amp because he just needed a guitar replaced. And we were traveling to different places and not sure if anybody would like loan us an instrument or whatever. And he was like, "Nah, man, I just need something anyways." And sure enough, he went into fucking, and he shredded. They were in like a metal band. The band was called Death Comes in Threes. And it was just like, they were fucking hard, son. And he got this guitar, he shredded on it, drop tuned the strings. I think I
guarantee you at least 2 of those members work at fucking Arby's.
They were from Marietta, so maybe.
Oh, they definitely, yeah. I take it back. They don't work at Arby's. They work at fucking Baker's. Or
a Long John Silver's.
Oh no! Smelling like pussy and grease every day.
Fucking hush puppies.
Yo, I could eat a couple of those right now. In a rather strange.
He's hitting that up after the fucking.
I can eat hush puppies. I'll eat some hush puppies. I'll eat hush puppies through the butt, dude.
I'll eat Long John Silver's as long as you don't tell anyone I ate Long John Silver's.
That's so
who's
funny.
Keeping them in fucking business.
Hey, no, who's keeping them in
business? I can't right say now. It would be racist if I said it.
I'll tell you right now. My fat friend JJ's keeping him in business.
Shouts to JJ and using the word brung. I don't even know how Twitter lets you say brung. Fucking illegal.
Brung?
Brung.
What is that?
Like, dude, instead of brought, he said brung.
Oh, like
and I asked this
normal.
I asked the son of a bitch, how did they even let you type? How did Twitter let you even type that? And he replied back by typing it.
I mean, that's true. So the reason I say that he enjoys Long John Silver's, or the reason he's keeping him afloat, is we went to Hard Summer a couple years in a row, and every Monday following the festival, we would go to Long John Silver's and get whatever fucking shit they had going on at the time. Hush puppies were definitely included. And I was always like, man, why fucking Long John Silver's? What is it about Long John Silver's that gets you? And he could never explain it in a way that made it made sense. He just was like, it's Long John Silver's, bro. It's great. Fried fish. You can get fucking Hush puppies. They rule. They've got dope tartar sauce.
That's funny, too, because every time he tweets me about wrestling, he doesn't make it make sense either.
Yeah. Shout out to the watermelon jigga himself.
Yeah, shout outs to Hatebreed. Akon got his car stolen while pumping gas. Have you guys ever got your car stolen while pumping gas? Now imagine that you're pumping gas and you're like, "Don't you do it? Don't you do it? Don't you get in that car? Don't you start? Don't you start that car? Don't you press? Don't you hit the clutch? Don't you drive off? Don't you?"
Have you ever seen that video? Have you ever seen that Key and Peele skit where one of them's a cop and the other one's like breaking into the car? He's like, "Don't you do it?" And that's all he said. All he just warns him the whole time.
That's how Akon thwarted off this guy.
And then the dude pulls the gun on the cop and he's like, "Don't you do it!" And like puts the gun down himself. And it's just like this whole. My question was, Akon inside like getting a Slurpee or something while his gas was getting pumped? Like, how did you get your car jacked in front of you? Didn't you leave it on and go get a slurp and then come back and it was gone? Or like,
a lot of questions. A lot of questions.
Yeah,
Jamie, look that up.
If so, I mean, can we speak logical here for a second? If Akon came to me and went, "Dog, my car got stolen. I was at the gas station pumping gas and it just got stolen." My first question would be like,
"Well, the guy who stole it's gonna get locked up."
Dang! Oh man! Oh god!
Yep.
Is he though? Is he?
Akon don't have security. He's crypto kingpin.
On the shit that the police have to do, find an Akon stolen car.
Built like a city.
Yeah, what happened to Akon City? Did we ever get that, or did it just turn out to be like fucking random?
Look that up.
Okay, I'm on it.
Yeah, look, Jamie, look that up. Is he was supposed to have his own currency? He was supposed to like bring Africa back to like I don't know. That was just crazy. You're supposed to have a whole fucking like city, like the Akon town in Africa, and it was supposed to be like a utopia. I don't know. Anytime you start saying the word utopia and trying to make it in reality, usually doesn't end well, and people end up drinking Kool-Aid and dying, a bunch of crazy shit. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I don't like the word utopia. I barely like the word autopia, and I hardly ever ride that when I go to Disneyland now.
He laid the first brick to the development in September of 2020, so apparently it's happening.
That ain't shit. I snorted a brick last.
Okay, well, anyways,
the brick fucking on one.
The awesome. Brick that he's, yeah, that's basically it. Basically, is a tourist-ran city, is what he's calling it. It's going to be largely
tourist-ran city. I've been to Orlando.
I expected you to get booted after that as well.
Yeah, no. I like that one. I like that one. Haha, Autopia. Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the excellent. I'm not doing it.
All right, fine. Don't fucking do it. Jordan was super stoked on this one. Rapper Blueface has made a controversial decision to actually rap on beat, and people like it. Can you believe it? Has hell frozen over? What the fuck?
Hell has frozen over, apparently. Why was I excited about it? I just thought it was just like an odd phenomenon to hear that.
You were excited last night when you're like, oh shit, Blueface rapped on beat. And I was like, I too thought that was weird.
I'll tell you, the only thing I like from Blueface is his song Tatiana, but the remix version with Cardi B, where she says, and I quote, "Are you ready for the best line of all time? Are you ready? No time for plan B. Ready? No time for plan B. Just put it in the butt." What is it?
Oh, God, he didn't even know. Oh, you should have Googled it. Yeah, should have fucking Googled it.
It's okay. I got it. It's like something for like no time for the pull-out game. Just give me, or just put it in the butt. I don't swallow.
Okay, well, that was awful. Brian's clearly not a rapper. It's cool. I'm just going to go ahead and Google it. Cardi B Blueface doesn't have an E, right? It's just Blueface.
It does. It does.
Oh, it does? It does have. Okay, Tatiana. All right, lyrics. Okay, hang on. I'm going to just scroll down a little bit.
Something about not swallowing plan B, but swallowing the nut. It's great.
Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down. Looking for it.
Great.
Looking for it.
I know. Great songwriting. Have you seen the music video? It's literally him outside of his apartment just throwing money. At one point, there's 5 dudes with him, and he's throwing money. At another point, there's like 80, and he's in the parking lot. They got fucking cars bouncing. He's just throwing money the whole time. He's got chicks dancing, throwing money on their butt. But it's all at his apartment. Like, all in his apartment complex. They're just hanging out.
Isn't like the Cardi B lyric like "pop it in my butt" or something like that?
Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah. Forget about it.
Because I didn't see anything in Tatiana that talked about anal, and I have all of the rap songs that involve girls rapping about anal bookmarked. So
here, hold up. I'll find it.
Cardi B, pop it in my butt.com. Cardi B works her booty? No, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know, but I definitely remember you.
Here we go. Full lyrics.
Spit it out.
Hold on, let me get to it. Do your thing. I'll figure it out.
Brian's salty that he's not getting any attention. He's salty and I'm peppery. Shouts to Galleon's music, who just
this is some lyrical genius too, by the way. Tatiana is just.
Yeah, I don't think those lyrics are in Tatiana.
They are. It's her remix. I know for a fact.
Oh, I didn't type in remix.
Bitter Rose even got like the ad libs and stuff.
It's so tight. He slipped it in my butt. I don't swallow plan B. I just swallow the nut.
Yes, you do, girl. Let's go, baby.
Damn, Brian wasn't even close. Dude, all that sexy ass shit and you couldn't get it right?
I don't swallow plan B. I just swallow the nut. That's hot. What are you talking about? What?
Word.
Am I crazy? Am I delusional? Is that not...
But if she swallows the nut and the plan B, then you can still get pregnant from pre-com. Let's not forget that.
What was that? You do it for what?
Huh? I said it's. I mean, it's subjective. If that's what it does to you, then that's what it does to you.
Man, I'm just working with a bunch of incels today, aren't I?
Oh wow!
I just can't say anything. I
don't know why you had to call us a bunch of cousin fuckers
without getting booted.
dick.
I mean, you're living in Texas. He's in Pittsburgh. You guys, who knows? Probably trying to conjoin bloodlines over here. You Game of Thrones freaks.
Fuck.
You can't get pregnant unless you're ovulating.
Oh, really?
Learn something new every day. Yeah. Also, you can't get pregnant if you're not a woman. I'm sure that's going to be controversial with somebody.
Yes, that's facts.
But that's the way I was raised.
That's facts.
Don't blame me. Blame the teachers that taught me. Okay, let's get into the hottest topic for the whole fucking show. Okay, Demi Lovato.
It wasn't the Oasis topic.
It wasn't Oasis. No, it wasn't.
Oh no, I know that he's been seething about this one.
I've had time to mull this over. Okay, now Brian for a couple weeks has wanted to destroy Demi Lovato. I've wanted to destroy her since the Froyo shop incident because I thought she was an entitled diva. But I'm not. I have no problem with pronouns. I have no problem announcing pronouns. I have a problem with disingenuous people. I feel that Demi Lovato is not a role model to people that use pronouns. I think she's disingenuous and she's using your cause to give herself more attention. Like, she came out and she said that she wants to be referred to as them, they, and that's fine. So now I think a Demi Lovato started trending. But
oh my God,
the pronouns don't bother me. You're being genuine about this shit bothers me. Like being failing to be a role model bothers me because this, we're talking about Demi Lovato. We're not talking about gangster rappers who clearly should not be role models. There's legitimately young girls that look up to a Demi Lovato and think she's amazing, thinks that's what they want to be when they grow up. I look at Demi Lovato and I see someone who is I don't believe she's mentally well. I think something's wrong with her. I don't mean that as an insult. I worry. I think something's seriously mentally or emotionally wrong with her to do the things that she does, the way that she acts, the manic behavior. That Froyo shop incident doesn't add up with who she portrays or tries to be in other forms of media when it's left up to her. As if she's trying to paint herself as that role model, like, oh, I use pronouns now that I'm advocating for all of you, and I feel she's damning to everyone who puts pronouns in their Twitter bio. I think she's damning to the cause. I think that someone appearing to be an ally or appearing to be on your side or in support of you, using that for fame, that's fucked up. In any form, if someone comes out and I think Toby Keith using 9/11 as a platform and writing songs about it, I think he was a little more genuine than Demi Lovato, but I thought that shit was wrong, and you're just placating to patriotism, and people were buying your fucking records over it. Demi went into a Froyo shop, saw healthy food options, and found it offensive to her, and thought that was the issue to take up and fight them. And it ended with her telling them, you don't want to mess with me, which is a threat implying that she's so famous, that she has some sort of power, that she could be damning to your business. And I think that's a horrible person. I think that's a shitty person to, one, make a big scene over health food being displayed in a Froyo shop. You went to a Froyo shop, frozen yogurt. You didn't go to a fucking Krispy Kreme or a Baskin Robbins or a Dairy Queen or a Voodoo Donuts. You walked into a Froyo shop. Brian, what's healthier than ice cream? Froyo?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So it would make sense that a place like that probably makes sense for them to offer healthy options, because you didn't walk your happy ass into a Baskin Robbins and ask for a fucking cappuccino blast or whatever the fuck 31 Flavors makes now. You walked your happy ass into a Froyo shop and got angry. That shit's inexcusable. It's there's no reason for it. You acted like a spoiled, entitled bitch diva, and people don't like that. That behavior is the exact reason that I want to say common people, regular people that don't have a six-figure income, that they look at that and see that behavior. That's why we fucking hate rich people. I'm not saying that's justified to hate rich people. I'm saying that's most people's reaction. That you see someone rich and famous acting spoiled and entitled and belittling someone else. That behavior is shitty. Now, I had this discussion with someone on Twitter today, and they provided a bunch of, I want to say excuses and not reasons. They provided a bunch of excuses of why Demi might act this way and basically ended it by saying she's not mentally well. Well, she sure as shit tries to portray it like she is. It doesn't add up. I don't think that's an excuse. I also too, I can't think of a single celebrity, musician, sports star, or anyone famous that I idolize or like that I would provide that many excuses for. I can't excuse shit behavior. If anyone I liked or idolized did something stupid, it's the end of it. They did something stupid. This is dumb. She's not acting like a role model. She's not acting like a person that is respectable. So when you have shitty behavior and then you come out and announce pronouns, it's hard for me to dismiss your previous behavior and accept this as something genuine. I look at it as more of attention seeking, that you had this controversy and you look like a bitch in regards to this froyo shop by threatening them and acting like you're bigger and badder than them. And now you're going to try to appear like an ally to the LGBTQ community by using pronouns. I don't buy it. I don't have a problem with pronouns. I just don't buy her being genuine. She could have also come out and said a number of other things I wouldn't have thought were genuine. I don't believe that girl. And apparently saying girl is wrong. Them. I don't believe them. I don't believe Demi Lovato. I don't believe shit that she says. I think she's actually a bad person. Your thoughts?
Jordan, you wanna?
I mean, we talked about this throughout the day on it, and I even told you, I was like, obviously, if Demi wants to be referred to as they or them, like that's no matter what, if I believe it's a thing or not, it's just something at the end of the day.
We should respect people's pronouns, right?
I respect it no matter what. So it's just one thing I won't touch. As for like trying to destroy a small business, not even like you said, like a big corporation, we're trying to destroy a small business for something that really in reality is not a big fucking deal. Like there's other people that need that said cookie, maybe that you don't.
I get upset when people act racist. She got upset by health food being displayed in the window of a froyo shop.
And then just her making comments on people talking about
wanting to, like people commenting on weight loss and stuff and saying that like that's things. I'm like, just because you don't want to hear it or somebody else, it doesn't mean that other people don't want, other people want to hear that shit. Some people are on a weight loss journey in their life, and that if people would be like, you look like you're losing weight, and they're like, I've been trying, fuck yeah. Like that's what they like that's the goal. So like, should we just stop saying a nice thing to somebody else because it isn't the right thing to somebody else? If it's not right to you, just state it to somebody else because they're not trying to be mean.
I would be curious to know if anybody else at all was offended or had any concern over the health food in that froyo shop. Because California is full of liberals, it's full of people that, are extra sensitive and in tune with things. And we've always heard about people in California being extra sensitive about things or blowing things out of proportion. You would think if it's going to happen, it's going to be there. Does anyone else raise concerns over that? Because if not, and it's just her, then I would say she's probably the problem there. I think we should, no matter what, you should always respect someone's pronouns. I definitely made the mistake on Twitter of calling her a her and saying, it's just habit, I guess, because still not in tune with her being a they. I don't know. It doesn't need to make sense to me. It's just crazy.
You hit the nail on the head when you said that she's probably got some mental problems, and what I mean by that, I think
is that rude of me to say?
No, because stress, overbearing stress, being in the public eye, which she is, being an influencer, being
in the public eye from a young age is what this person on Twitter was telling me. That messes with you. But I also, if that's the case, okay, Ariana Grande was the same way. She just got married and seems to be happy.
No. Not everybody reacts the same way, though. We're people. We have to understand that. Certain people aren't cut out for it. Demi Lovato seems like she's approaching the bridge where she's not cut out for it. She's having look at Britney Spears, public meltdowns, not being able to contain certain types of relationships, attitudes, getting married in the public eye, then divorced in the public eye, shaving your head to the paparazzi. If anybody's watched the Britney Spears documentary, you empathize for her immensely because you realize how hard it must have been to grow up as a child and not have friends over, not have sleepovers, not be around with your buddies telling dick jokes, or being with your girls and talking about what boys you like and fucking starting your period together. No, all that shit happens in the public eye. And when all that shit your entire life is brought up in the public eye, you definitely morph into something different. Again, certain people are cut out for it. Certain people aren't. I think that she was also hit very hard by that Froyo shop incident and probably took a dip. And I think when you do go along these listen, a real supporter of a cause is someone that has had to deal with it in an adverse way. Someone that has gone through it and now has to speak on it because they have experience and have dealt with it in real terms. Okay? As much as the Caitlyn Jenner thing is so far in the past, like, you want to look at someone that's done something for trans rights, at least look at her, I guess. A famous person, an Olympic athlete, someone that was on the Wheaties box, as a male and actually went through a transition and became female. That's someone that's a supporter of a cause. Saying that you're binary and deciding that you're going to use certain pronouns. I said it when she originally came out and said it on Twitter. Show me Demi Lovato in 5 years. Show me Damon Lovato in 5 years, and then maybe I can agree that it's binary. Show me that she doesn't have a kid. Show me that she's not using female pronouns and things like that in 5 years, and then I'll maybe agree that she's a supporter. But right now, in the moment, I think she's trying to save face from past incidences, and I think that she's also on a path of just a little bit of delusion. And
over under when she drops the pronouns.
And that's not just to say that. Oh, I mean, and hey, it'll probably be wrapped up with a nice little bow. And, I really found myself as a woman. We'll probably lose her on social media. She'll probably disengage. She'll probably go to rehab again. She'll probably come in. And hey, I'm not discrediting things that she's gone through. She's had some tough times. Okay, the rape thing, again, suicide attempts. Like, she's dealt with a very traumatic life. And it's unfortunate that it's had to be in the public eye, because now I think it's starting to warp who she is and what she's actually thinking about doing.
I'm torn on that statement when you say unfortunately in the public eye, because they're blessed to be in the public eye. So as much as like child stars are Trump,
they may not see it as a blessing.
It's a great fucking career. If you notes are them, I don't want to be an actor, actress. They do. So getting on Nickelodeon Disney Channel is a great gig.
I'm saying you see it
to your job, just like every other job that you.
Am I wrong to say, like, if you can't get the spotlight, then you should get the fuck out of it?
Different things. Sure. You look at the Britney thing. She was put into by her parents. Her parents made her go and do that. And when you look back on it, it's like, oh, she probably didn't. At 8, what 8-year-old doesn't want to be a singer and an actress and a fucking rock star? That's, of course, and certain parents just drill it in. I'm not saying that Demi Lovato isn't blessed, but you look at other examples of Macaulay Culkin, you look at Britney Spears, you look at a lot of child teen stars, and a lot of them go back and say, hey, I probably would have enjoyed a little bit of normalcy in my life, and I didn't get it. And that's, again, your perspective is that it's a blessing because they have an awesome job and people love that. That may not be what she wants, and maybe that's why she's having a meltdown. Maybe she doesn't understand.
If I don't want that, then I would be asking, like, what the hell career are you in? Because you're trying to reach the pinnacle of your career. Like, I don't know. Am I wrong to say if you don't want to be in the public spotlight, then get out of it? Because we've seen it, it will kill you. If you're saying that you can't get out of it, then you're on board with the shit I'm saying, because that's for your career. Like, they are blessed.
But that's another murky.
She actually want to be out of the spotlight.
And that's another thing. Some people can't get out. And I'm not talking Illuminati have to die to get out. Some people are contractually bound to making money. Hey, she can't go anywhere and do things because her name is Demi Lovato and she's tied to this, this, and this.
You should be so lucky that you can't leave the house because you're so famous and popular. Like, if you have that amount of fame, you can do two things. You can be an egotistical dickhead, or you can actually, like, what did I tell you, like a year ago? I said, I want to get famous. And I didn't say I want to get famous so I could go and have my name on a billboard. I want to get famous so I have the power to do good with it. So I can actually do something. Like, you can't really force change if you don't have a following or some sort of fame or power. You get the fame and the money and the power, and you can make some change. I don't think she's trying. No.
You don't think that she's sitting there going, "Oh, I'm going to be binary to be binary." That's exactly what she's doing. She's not really binary. She's saying it to gain supporters.
She's not creating any change. She's
oh,
not.
No, yeah, absolutely not. But she's also probably, that's my point though. My point is, okay, Michael Jackson used to have to go and rent out entire grocery stores and fill them with people so he could shop like a normal person. You know that, right? He used to have to buy out grocery stores for a day and have customers come in and play along like they were shopping in a grocery store like normal, just so he could go around and shop with his security guards. There's a certain level of stardom and having people. We're seeing this with Joe Rogan. I bet you Joe Rogan stops the podcast within the next 5 to 10 years, or something dramatic happens, because he's now influencing people to an umph degree. When you have that kind of power,
we finally reached the point where Joe Rogan's out of touch.
And you and you have that stardom to your name. It brings about, you don't know that. You've never experienced that, so you don't even know what that perspective is like. They may hate it. And in my opinion, this is her grasping at straws to try to either stay relevant, find some sort of support group in herself. She probably does have real mental issues and could be challenged with her sexuality or challenged with her sexual identity because of the rape, because of the assaults that she's had in the past. Who knows? But I don't think this is the way to go about it. I don't think going to Twitter, where you're going to get love and hate, thousands and thousands of retweets loving you, thousands and thousands of retweets hating you. I don't think that's the best platform to go and do that. I don't think that you should, after you berate a bunch of employees in a froyo shop, then go to a public platform and try to save face by joining a supportive cause, when I would love to know what her education level on gender identity issues are. I would love to know what her education
I'd love
level
to just know what her education level is,
dysmorphia.
period. Because like a bunch of these motherfuckers that we look up to and think, oh, they're rich and famous, they're smart, I'll believe in their cause. They have like either a high school diploma or less than, like I think it's respectable as shit when you have like an actress or an actor who went to school for it, went to a Juilliard or whatever, and they mastered their craft. Then you have people that lucked into it, whatever. We
all know
I don't know, man.
In Juno, right? The chick that was in Juno, he's Elliot. His name is Elliot.
Elliot Page, the former Ellen Page.
Ellen Page went through an entire. That's someone who's for a cause. Went through an entire, and then came out and told people, "Hey, I'm Elliot now. Hey, I've gone through this transition and I'm now a man." But what did she do? She went through it, and she spoke about it in a recent interview that she did. It was a hard time for her. She contemplated suicide. She went through all these things and was having a hard time in her life, and decided, you know what, I need to be a him now. And now he's out there living his best life. Hopefully, we don't know exactly what's going to happen.
The transitional story, I didn't get.
Yeah.
Everything with Elliot Page seemed to be very genuine. I don't think that story is at all like what Demi's gone through, and not to mention the fact that you've seen pictures, you've seen Ellen Page in Juno, and in what's the Leo DiCaprio movie we all love with the dreams, Inception. She was in Inception, and now you see the picture of Elliot Page. It's full-blown dude, got a six-pack, like good for them. I don't feel the same way with Demi. I don't think Demi is a role model. I don't think she's a good person. I from here on out, I'll forever be doubting her. And I think a lot of other people should too. She's done enough to make you think that her intentions aren't genuine, and she's kind of a rude, evil, bad person. Like, she's misguided.
Yeah. Lifestyles of the rich and famous, though, man. I mean, it's a whole other.
Robin Leach is dead, bro. Yeah. I said it. I'll say it again.
Such a great way to end the show.
I respect their decision, but if I really, would you say it didn't like the over under, and if they change the pronouns back to she, that would be like an awful day.
I anticipate that. I anticipate this to go away. I anticipate this to just be something she said and it not matter at all. And I wouldn't be surprised as if in 6 months she forgot about it completely and is just completely calling herself a she and a her or whatever. Like I said, I don't believe her. I don't think she's a good, genuine person. I think she's phony. I think she's bad. I think she's misguided. Whether she's on drugs or mentally ill, I don't know. So I can't speak on it. I can only say she's acted like a bad person. She's not someone I would respect or look up to. I respect Pronouns. I can't even say I respect her decision because I don't know where the hell it came from. And I don't, like I said, I don't believe her. So I'll just stick to respecting the Pronouns and nothing Demi does. And I think that's a legit place to leave it. You know, I don't think we've definitely bashed her and spoke our minds, but I don't think we've been unfair at all. And if we were, someone definitely needs to speak up and tell me, because I need to learn from that shit, because it was weird. It was just a weird situation. People, I asked Twitter if we should obliterate Demi Lovato on the podcast, and a bunch of people were kind of getting the wrong impression. We weren't about to blast someone over wanting to be referred to by different pronouns. It's the least of my concerns. Like, we're bashing them for being a bad person and having
misguided
misintentions, bad behavior, outbursts, threats. Like, she's demonstrated behavior of a person that's not worthy of respect.
You're living a life where if you were my personal friend, I'd say, hey, maybe you need some help. You know, you're freaking out at the cashier. You're coming at us with weird gender stuff. You're, you know, on one end one day, and maybe you should see a therapist or see some help. That's what that's what it seems like.
Yeah, you're right, Bitter Rose. You're not wrong, but you got to stop calling them she, her. It is super difficult when it comes to this shit. You're programmed a certain way for your entire life.
Almost nonsensical.
Programming. You just from the longest time that we've known Demi Lovato, we've known Demi since they've started.
It's just instinct to say she.
It's just a new thing. It's just a new thing to us. So it's just,
when do we get to go back to like actually identifying people by their gender though? When does that get to happen? Never.
I don't. People get to decide their own gender now, so it's not.
It is now.
It's not up to you to figure it out. It's up to them to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start just referring to myself as a superhero. I'm a superhero now.
You know what? We'll just make this a total alt-right podcast, and we'll just become total bigots. Yeah,
hey, you know what's crazy?
It's way easier to be a bigot if you just hate everyone. It's shit. Easy, dude.
You ready for the Matrix and how fucking crazy it is? 2 years ago, Caitlyn Jenner or whoever was Woman of the Year, 17, whatever year she won it, right? That same movement doesn't support her now because she's running for GOP candidacy.
Yeah,
that's a twisted ass world that we live in. And that should show people. That should show people that it's biased through and through, and that none of this shit fucking matters. The fact
Caitlyn said that transgender athletes, like trans women, shouldn't compete in sports, and they have a point there because testosterone levels matter.
Yes, they do.
Like,
yes, they do.
Especially when you've had
testosterone your whole. Especially when in some states that you don't have to even have. All you have to do is say you're a female. That's it. That's it. You're lying. People are lying. People are assholes and they're lying. In some states, you don't even have to show proof that you're going through transition, taking hormones, doing anything. In some states, you just have to say you're female and you get to compete on female teams because you're saying it. That's my gender identity. We're living backwards here. We're fucking living backwards.
I think I think it's fair for you to gender yourself however you want. And if the school wrestling team doesn't accept you on the team because your testosterone levels are too high and you're cracking skulls of women, that's not fair. We can't have, like, for lack of a better term, a man in women's clothing, a man in a woman's body with high male testosterone destroying females. Bro, I don't know a way in which I'm going to be in favor of women getting their skulls cracked in sports. Like, I just, that doesn't seem fair if your testosterone levels are that of a man and you're fighting women. I don't know. But that was a Caitlyn Jenner thing that definitely, and we don't even get political, but yeah.
I mean, I was just, my point was that the causes of, like support system, like the supporting these gender roles and all that, like it's really, I mean, again, we just discussed it. I know it's not a pronoun, Bitter Rose. It was a joke again. And so, the fact that Demi Lovato is an influencer and probably has a lot of people in her ear, you know that someone in her circle, instead of going, hey man, I think you need help, or hey I think you need help, go ahead and put that on Twitter. You'll get so many likes. You'll get, oh my God, you're going to trend. Oh, if you put that, you're going to trend for days. You're probably going to trend for a couple weeks. That's hot right now. You put that, and it goes to show that people are just in this power grasp. The Caitlyn Jenner thing, she was the poster child for trans people for years, right? He's not even fully snipped. And he got Woman of the Year.
Is that PC?
Woman of
That's
the
not
Year.
PC, right?
And now they want
I don't
nothing to
think
do
so.
with him because of a political stance. They want nothing to do with him because of some rational thing he said. She said. Some rational thing she said that she's allowed to say because she's a part of that community now. Because she started to transition. She has a little bit of an opinion, and now all of a sudden she's trying to be canceled. It's stupid. It's nonsense. And I bet you the Demi Lovato thing is very similar. She probably had people tell they, you know what? You're doing a good job. You really do love these people. You should say that you're non-binary and support them and go out on Twitter. She's probably filled with yes people.
I was gonna say Bitter Rose. We've never let Caitlyn Jenner. Seriously? Who has?
Oh,
I thought it was illegal to dislike Caitlyn Jenner. You can't say anything bad about Caitlyn Jenner. What are you, a fucking bigot? Are you a homophobe?
Hit and murdered a dude and got off. Nobody's been hating her.
Yo, did she run over a dude, or I thought she ran over another woman?
It was a chick. Yeah, it was a chick.
Yeah, South Park killed her for being a drunk driver.
Buckle up, Buckaroo.
Like,
she's been very well supported. Very well supported. Especially in that community. Again, Woman of the Year.
Here's a stance I'll leave y'all with. At least it's just as peaceful as, you know what I'm saying. I think that I'm gonna say you guys are around my age, correct?
Yeah.
I'm 47.
I tell chicks I'm 25.
Not seriously, like, yeah,
it's a true story.
I'm serious. This is like a serious. Like, I'm actually gonna get serious here. I've been smoking so much, and I'm gonna try to get serious.
Oh God, he's getting serious. All right, you get the full screen.
I've reached that point. Like, hey, no, I don't even want the full screen. Please take that off. I'm horrible looking. Like, but
Can we finally boot him?
No. We grew up in our science classes. We learned 2 genders, all that shit. Like, our whole life. Like, that's like you said. We were taught that our whole lives. Now, this stuff is being introduced, and it's stuff that we have to re-educate ourselves and learn. And like, that's not like, that doesn't happen overnight.
It's a learning curve.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I am like this fucking full-blown expert on all of, on trans stuff and, all this new stuff that's getting introduced into gender over the past few years, because I don't know anything about it. But
you mean you haven't taken a gender studies class?
It's not but I will do my best to understand it in my lifetime, but I still will respect it even when I don't understand it, because it's an identity thing. How the fuck can I not respect that?
Right.
I'd be
and
an
that makes
asshole
sense.
to not. I'd be honest, and I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying I'd be an asshole to not respect that. And even if you said if Demi is disingenuous about it, and we find out about that in time, then so be it. Like, whatever. Like, but like, we'll judge that when we get there. So for now, like I was telling you earlier, bro, I got plenty of shit that we just talked about that we could shred Demi for. But yeah, I will not shred them for an identity thing.
Yeah.
Until there becomes a time, if it becomes disingenuous.
If she makes a joke out of it, then it's free game.
Yeah, then after that, torture it. Burn it down. Like,
Bitter Rose has a good point. She says you can respect her gender identity and think she's an asshole at the same time. And that's a brilliant fact. Being gay, trans, or binary or any of that does not absolve you from wrongdoing. You're not permanently innocent because you're gay or trans.
We're not attacking her gender identity. We're attacking the fact of where it's coming from. We think that it's a faux pas.
I'm directly attacking her being genuine. I don't think she's genuine.
I know
I don't think it's real either.
But I'm saying maybe let that play out in time.
Isn't true equality looking at someone different than you, whether gay or trans, and thinking equally as anyone else you would suspect? Did this person do some fucked up shit?
We're seeing it play out in time, though. What else has she done other than tweet that? Has she done anything? Has she donated? Has she done a cause?
It's her new journey. I don't know. Like I said, I don't fully understand it. It's gonna take me some time to fully understand it. But maybe she knows something that I don't.
I don't know.
I don't got all the fucking answers, man.
If we're taking bets, what do you think is the next thing to come out of the Demi Lovato camp? Is it going to be another outburst, another tirade? Is it going to be more advocating for causes or cultures or more pronouns? I feel like she's either going to have
a rehab visit.
I feel like she's going to have a big like tirade, like another Froyo shop like outburst, or she's going to double down and try to continue to be a part of something. You know, I'm not ruling out the fact that she's using pronouns so she can feel a part of something. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised in the least if in a month I read that she came out as fully lesbian and gay. I don't know if I would believe it, but it wouldn't surprise me. You know, it just seems like that would be along the lines. If I'm correct in thinking that she's being disingenuous and lying, then like that would be something. Bitter Rose is right. We're fucking this up. You know, keep trying to be mindful of the proper pronouns. I am they, Demi. I should just say her name.
I can't even get into say it because you're just on a roll.
I'm like just screwing this up royally.
I know. I was correcting you a second ago, Jordan. You kept saying she and her, and I was like,
oh shit.
You know what? If it was a dude that
I'm correcting you, I'm
trying to. Like I said, I've Demi my entire life was a she. Like this is a new thing to me.
This would be a lot easier if we were talking about someone that we
catch onto it.
If we were talking about someone that we physically saw transition, like girl to guy, guy to girl, it would be easier to stick in your head as a they or whatever.
No, it's just something that like you got to stay mindful of it. And
they've been a she my whole life that I've known.
As long as you try to make an effort to be mindful of it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm fucking this up, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So I definitely fucked it up on Twitter. Twitter thought I was disrespecting them by saying her. It was just mistakes. I couldn't point it out.
And that's another thing. Like people our age, like we're not going to be perfect about this shit. Like it's not linear. Like we're going to fuck up along the way. And like people like have to call us out on that. Like hey, like right now.
Yeah, and I think there's definitely people that want to use pronouns so you fuck it up and they have a reason to be mad at you. And I don't think we're dealing with that, but those exist, and that makes it bad for everyone because then you're just egging on the people that don't believe in pronouns, like fucking alt-right motherfuckers, and then you're just discrediting people that actually use pronouns. You had a question, Mr. Kern?
Not a question, but I
a concern, a comment.
Work with someone who has.
If you fill out this survey, you can receive a free tostada on your next visit.
Work with someone who has transitioned.
He wants you to go to Del Taco so bad.
I'm going, dude. I'm going hard. Probably tomorrow. You know, I'm waiting for them to start calling tacos burritos, and then that's when I'm really going to get
oh my god!
This finally got lighthearted.
If they start calling tacos burritos, can we go like full, like what's the equivalent to homophobia in taco terms? Can I go full tacophobia?
Definitely can't call it a taco.
Taco and burrito becomes like the male and female. Yeah, let's do that. Because I will fully go. I do not support food pronouns. Sorry, I don't. Okay, just pushing it. I'm not gonna call a taco a burrito or a burrito a taco.
Like when you
call it. I'm gonna call it what every other Texan calls it, a taco.
Yeah. All right. Let's
said that like I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah, you did. Let's wrap this shit show up, shall we?
It's from a taco.
Yeah, this is a wild one.
This was a good one. Jordan, what are you doing this week? Where can they find you? What do you have to live for?
You can find me at my socials are all at Jordan Modro. That I have to live for nothing.
St. Cloud music coming next February.
Yeah.
Listening party in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Kanye's house in Wyoming and just literally it's just gonna be me standing in the field, nobody else, just me and like two tall ass fucking tower of speakers.
Fun fact for you, Brian. Kanye West is the largest landowner in Wyoming. Can you take a stab at who the second is?
Dave Chappelle.
Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's
Chappelle's
wild.
In Ohio.
That's
Chappelle's,
wild.
I think, in Ohio.
Oh, good times. Brian, where can they find you?
Of Brian of Death, as always, the Instagram and the Twitter. Don't forget it. And then you can also find my podcast, the Common Chaos Podcast, at The Common Chaos on Instagram and Twitter, and commonchaos.net for all your needs. Matt.
So crazy that you scored that Marilyn Manson interview on your next episode. I hope you ask him what his favorite album is. You can find me on Instagram at iHateTheScene. You can find me on Twitter at IH8TE the scene because some dumb son of a bitch stole our Twitter handle.
We had some success with the recent poll that we did. So if you want all the polls, and
you
if you want
assured
to
me he was going to go back to saying fucking names of people who stole our Twitter handle, and he's still trying to push this shit. Twitter didn't like it. What do you want me to do?
You had 67 votes. You had 67 votes for the Demi Lovato thing. That's a success.
And 33% of people thought, okay, more people voted that we were mean than they said, no, don't obliterate her.
Do you want engagement or do you not want engagement? I don't know what else
I don't know. I think I should post more polls asking if we're mean.
That's 33% more than what we would have had you not done the poll.
Watch them and finally be like, yes.
On a scale of 1 to Weinstein, how mean are we? You can find us every Friday night, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central for us.
Do you know how many careers were born out of the Weinsteins? Let's just get that straight.
Sorry, Selma. You can find us every Friday night streaming live on Facebook.com/iHateTheScene, Twitch.tv/iHateTheScene, and Brian, Jordan, my family is starving and struggling, okay? We need everyone to subscribe, rate, review, unsubscribe, resubscribe, reread, re-review, do all this shit. YouTube.com/C, okay? Don't lose me here. You all following? YouTube.com/C/iHateTheScene. You all need to rate, review, subscribe, leave a bunch of fucking comments, and yeah, because my family's starving, and if you don't like and use that, then they're gonna die. Okay, my family's gonna die. That's basically if I don't get fucking 500 more subscribers and get the shit, they're gonna die. I don't use Twitter. I just want to hear who stole the handle. Brian keeps messing up the weekly joke. That's not the only weekly joke he keeps messing up. You can find all these links and more at iHateTheScene.com. And we'll be back next week. Maybe I'll have a guest. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will just start ripping on your favorite bands and make all you motherfuckers so upset and everyone cry. Because I swear, you know what? If I argue with another motherfucker of why the Star Wars sequels weren't fucking epic, and this dumb college student filmmaker tries to tell me, well, sometimes you don't need to plan for a film to be good. Well, if you're doing a fucking trilogy sequel, then you should plan, Dan Purcell. Ass face.
That fucking impression was top score. Like, wow, what was that? What inspiration was that?
That was Matt's actual tism coming out.
Yeah, no, that was an argument I had with some, when you argue with someone and it's like, I just proved you wrong, and the next thing you said had nothing to do with your incorrect statement. So I just told him, hey man, if I knew I was arguing with someone who was never wrong, I would have never bothered. Dick.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people are never wrong. That's maybe something we can talk about on the next episode, but that's something that needs to...
I've often told people this. The reason I'm always right is because I'm okay with being wrong. I'm okay with always leaving the possibility open to be wrong, but I'm always right. So I don't know what to tell you. Brian keeps messing with the jokes. You already rip on MGK Weekly. Yeah, we're going to keep doing that. Next week, we're going to have Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox on. Yeah.
I thought it was Matt Fox.
Oh, yeah, my bad. We're going to have Matt Fox on. It's going to be a Party of 5 reunion. God, if I could only bring Jennifer Love Hewitt and Nev Campbell on the show. 15-year-old, or more like 11-year-old me.
Listen to Sammy Sosa my way out of here.
Wow, I hate you. Sammy's white now.
Hey, don't you misrace anybody. Don't you fucking misrace anybody. Do you understand me, motherfucker? Don't you fucking misrace him.
He just looks fucking terrifying now, man.
He is scary. He's a scary looking dude.
I don't know what happened there, but it's like, oh my god. I don't know.
Any last words before we sign out this BI?
Man, you can suck my... No, not going to do it? Okay.
Nope.
I thought maybe we were going to cut away.
Yeah. And motherfuck Colin from Slaves.
I knew I was fucked.